before I want to, for those of you who came in later, I want to introduce you to Bluma, she was going to be checking out our class. She's thinking of joining. So as I said to Gene, he better be on his good behavior, and I know I'm saying this with all love. After Thanksgiving, I'm going to be calling a bunch of you individually as well. We'll have the new semester dates. Hopefully, I have to talk to Eyshe here, finalize them, firm them up, and then we'll go from there for the new year. Anyway, I'm going to be quiet. Eyshe, the floor is yours.
Schönen Dank. Shalom Aleichem, euch alle. Ze vragen die wie allemaal. Und ja, wie Kerry hat gesagt, wir haben eine neue Talmide mit uns, das ist Blume, Shalom Aleichem, Blume. Und wie allemal gewöhnlich heben wir an mit ein bisschen Schmues, wir reden zwischen sich und ich, beschass wir reden, ja, while we speak, beschass wir reden, gebe ich gewöhnlich ein paar Loschenbemerkungen, Sprachbemerkungen, was wir kennen durchschmuisen. Das heißt, es all give some like language, I'll notice things that people say, and we'll talk about what was said and any questions people might have. Und dann noch dem Heinz wollen wir lernen ein bisschen weiter und euch ich hab Sachen was wir kennen tun. Okay, gut genug. Ich bin eigentlich der Herren von Lilly. Was machst du, Heinz? Was ist Neues? Sag mir was.
Neues, nicht stocken Neues. Ich habe gearbeitet sehr, busy week. Sehr
Vernommen heißt es. Vernommene Woche, busy week.
Und I have to confess, I didn't do the homework, didn't do it.
Das ist alles in Ordnung.
Okay.
Ja, nicht gedacht.
Sorry, so I forgot what I knew. Anyway, ich habe given yesterday, but nächte mir given a sehr interessant Konzert. Ich habe a Freund, Shulamit Ran, maybe du weißt. Sie hat given many a Sachjahren at the University of Chicago. She is a composer. So yesterday there was a composition. Someone played on piano. So ich habe given. So alles is okay. Alles is good. No news. That's good.
Good. Composer, der Compositor.
Compositor. It's like in Russian, the compositor. Yeah. They how will you say famous?
Berühmt heißt famous.
Was bekommen? Nein?
No.
Berühmt.
Okay.
Berühmt. So there is another word. Any other word for famous?
Wir können sagen bekannt. Sie ist bekannt. Sie ist eine sehr bekannte Kompositorin.
Bekannt to me is like a
Bekannte, that's what I want to say.
Meine Bekannte, it's not a French, it's an acquaintance.
Bekannt means, bekannt just means known. So it can mean both. These are people I know, and it can also refer to she's a known composer, right? Sie ist a bekannte Kompositor.
Sie ist a bekannte Kompositor. Sie hat to receive a Pulitzer Prize.
Sie hat bekommen. So let's talk about that sentence. So sie hat bekommen dem Nobelpreis. Sie hat bekommen dem, not Nobel, Pulitzer Preis. Gut, ich habe das schlecht geschrieben. Sie hat bekommen dem Pulitzer Preis. Bekommen heißt to receive or to get. To receive something that happens to you. A very close synonym to bekommen is kriegen. Get. And something to keep in mind about this word kriegen. There's two words in Yiddish actually that that sound like kriegen, they're homophones. So there's one is to get, so ich krieg a banana by a mark. I get a banana at the store, and things to that effect. Or kriegen, particularly kriegen sie. Does anyone know what that means? Kriegen sie?
Have a fight.
Have a fight.
is fighting.
To fight, to fight with each other. So kriegen, there's zwei Deutungen, zwei Bedeutungen. Zwei Typen.
Unschuldig. Timia, verstummen, verstummt, die, ich her, sag, Cole.
Let me das dann. If you're not here, just for sound sake, if you're not speaking, feel free to mute yourself. Then as you want to speak, feel free to unmute yourself. You never have to ask to speak, but just feel free to do it at your leisure. No. Okay, let me so good. Yeah, so sie hat bekommen den Pulitzer Prize. Sie ist ein bekannter Kompositor. Oder man kann sagen, sie ist eine bekannte Kompositorin. Das ist dein Bringer. Ja, if you want to gender it. Does anyone know how to say to gender something? Yiddish, to give it a gender?
Nein.
Ja, verminen.
Verminen.
Yeah, so mean comes from Hebrew mean, meaning gender.
Mean.
A type, type in Yiddish it takes on type or also gender it takes on. And so verminen hastes to give something a gender or a type. So if you'd like to gender that word kompositoren, it exists. It is definitely the Steiger nowadays with a lot of Yiddish speakers, well, at least Yiddish speakers in my circles, that we'll just use the same word for everyone. No. Okay. Schönen Dank, Lily. Schön zu haben, wegen dem Konzert. Und Anthea, was machst du?
Ja, ich mach gut. Ich habe ein interessanter Meister. Dem letzte Sommer in Chicago hat ein Freund von meiner gegeben mir ein Matan. Und ich mache die Matan offen und ich sehe, da ist eine Box von Hermes. Das ist, du weißt, die Geschäft Hermes. Ich habe nicht einmal in meinem Leben mein Fuß gesickert in dem Geschäft. Und ich gucke in die Box, da ist nicht ein Matan-Zertifikat. Nö, ich gehe auf den Computer und ich sehe, als das ist ein Scarf. Was ist ein Scarf in Yiddish?
Schalik.
Ein Schal, okay. Das ist ein Schal. Ich gucke auf den Computer und ich sehe, das kostet $500. Ich will sterben, sehr viel Geld.
Ein guter Freund.
Nein, ein reicher Freund. So, ich denke, und ich gleich das nicht. Und das ist $500. So, ich denke, ich muss das rüberbacken. So, ich gehe zu West Palm Beach, was ist 30 Kilometer weg von mir. Ich komme zu dem Center, als sei, was ist die Wort? Beautiful.
Ausgezeichnet, meinst du?
Ausgezeichnet. Okay, die sind Blumen alle rum und Bäume, große Bäume und sehr schön. Und eine Geschichte ist besser als die andere. Ich gehe rein in die, da ist ein Mann in sei ausgeputzt. Also ist zu Hasana. Und ich sage für ihn, ich habe das Dimetan und ich will das rüberbeten, weil ich habe nicht ein Zertifikat. Es ist nicht ein Problem, ihr aufsuchen auf dem Computer. Und ihr findet meinen Freund auf dem Computer und er hat mir genommen zu einem Zimmer, wo da ist 100 upon 100 Schaller.
Ja.
Und ich habe einer gesehen und sehr viel geglichen und ich habe das, er sagt zu mir, well, das ist gut, aber das ist ein Problem. Ich habe nicht, ich habe das nicht gebracht, 30 Tage. Sie haben eine Policy. Was ist Policy? Du musst bright.
Sie haben eine Cloud, der Cloud.
A Cloud, okay.
Ja.
Sie haben eine Cloud für 30 Tage.
Ja,
Und ich habe das gebracht 90 Tage. Er sagt, du weißt, ich gehe reden mit meinem Bollerboss und soll sehen, was er kann. Und geht zu dem Bollerboss und ich stand an der Seite und sie kommen zurück und sie sagen, na gut, das tun. Sein Gedanke und meine scheine Scarf gekriegt und eine andere Sache, ich muss das zeigen. Sie haben gesehen, ich habe das kommt von Chicago und ich bin in Florida und die Tax ist nicht dieselbe. Und ich habe gekriegt $20 zurück. So ich sage von meinem Mann, ich habe $20. Er sagt, nur gut, wenn ich gehe wieder zu dem Chef, ich kann kaufen ein Stück Schmutz.
They gave you credit, not
for $20. Ja. Das ist mein Meister von der Woche.
Das ist schön. Schön dankbar und erzählen. Und Mazel Tov auf dein $20.
Danke. In meiner neue Show.
Ja,
Für
gut.
$500.
Ja. Nu, ich hab geschrieben, nur sehr kleinliche Sachen, was ich hab gehört und was ich will unterstreichen. Unterstreichen, underline. Ja, unterstreichen.
Underline, yes.
Underline. And you conjugate it as a converb. So you'd say, ich streich unter. Yeah, I underline. Ich streich unter. Good. Just very small things. Kleinliche Sachen, was ich hab gehört. For those that don't know this word, Anthea said this word, die matone. Das is a present or a gift. Die matone. I wrote it, it's about halfway up the chat. Die matone.
Guys from Hebrew, correct.
Anthea said box. Und ich will euch unterstreichen. As in Yiddish, we do have words for box. So if a box is really big, it's a kast. A big box. If a box is small, it's a kestel. So das Kestel, der Kast.
A pushke, could they use something? Pushke?
Ja, das existiert. Das ist wie like that's like a container. Pushke is like a container. Or like a can, a container or a can. So it just depends what kind of container the present is in. But der Kast, dos Kestel is kind of the general word for box or boxes. You can use it for packages, cardboard boxes, trunks, suitcases, anything. It's Kast, and Kestel. So yeah, die Schal is a scarf. Ausgezeichnet means excellent. I actually don't know if that was the word you were thinking of, Anthea, but just a good word to know.
I'll tell you when I think of the word I was thinking of.
Good. So, Eyshe gezeichnet, literally means excellent. It means out of the ordinary. Eyshe gezeichnet. There's another word that's similar to Eyshe gezeichnet that means amazing or wonderful, which is äußergewöhnlich.
That's what I was thinking of. Äußergewöhnlich.
Äußergewöhnlich. So, gewöhnlich.
Äußergewöhnlich.
Was heißt gewöhnlich? Was heißt gewöhnlich?
Like out of this world. No,
Well,
isn't
yeah,
it?
but nicht äußergewöhnlich.
Usually?
Casually. Yeah, the ordinary. Gewöhnlich.
Out of the
So,
ordinary.
really out of the
Äußergewöhnlich.
ordinary. It's actually a calc from the word extraordinary. Literally out of the ordinary, extraordinary. Äußergewöhnlich.
Äußergewöhnlich.
And then so the tree, der Bäum, and then what's
Yeah.
the plural of der Bäum? Was is the
Bäume.
Bäume. Good. And then with Anthea and Lily, you guys and your families would definitely say Bämer because you guys are good with
Right.
the accent.
Also, I have
Other people might say Bämer. Lily?
to me, Beiner is also, isn't it also in Hebrew, atzamot, bones? Bones, like I like to eat bones, chicken bones, B-O-N.
Beina. That's Beina.
Bämer.
Yeah.
So Bämer with a meme is trees, and then
Right.
Bäner is bones. It's your bones. So that's just something to keep in mind. So you get the Bämer is the plural.
I have a question. To me,
Go.
shal, a shal, also in Russian, and this shal is a größer.
Shall
Yeah.
can mean both a big scarf. It can mean a regular scarf you wear. There's another word in Yiddish. we
Shal
have
is,
for-
don't you have a shal like the diminutive? A shal.
there's those die Schalikel, and then so and the
Another
Schalikel.
Russian is cloth, which you put, no?
Like a kerchief,
Yeah, like a bigger handkerchief, so you like babushkas, whatever.
Is those and then also in Yiddish, so there's shalikul, and there's also this word I think it's sharf.
Sharp.
sharp is a scarf.
Yeah.
Scarf is a scarf, yes.
Yeah, and it was a small one. It wasn't a big one. It wasn't like a shawl. It was a small scarf. Yeah, so,
2,000.
but,
Yeah. So all I wanted to underline with these three words. So a shawl can be a big scarf. It can be like a larger shawl. It can also just be a scarf. Shawl is a fine word for scarf. Shalikul has both the connotation of a smaller scarf and also a scarf that children will wear. So for example, like if you talk about children's scarves, people will say like shaliklech, shalikul. This is a really famous word because it's in the song. Do you guys know the song Auf dem Weg steht der Bäum from Itzik
Of course.
Mandar?
Very famous.
He talks about a shalikol that the little boy puts on, a shalikol. And then sharf is also another word for scarf. So that's kind of, and sharf comes from, does anyone here know French?
No, but it
Chance?
sounds French.
No, it comes from une sharp. So that's where sharf comes from. Une sharp.
Yeah, that's
Doesn't
how
sharp
you
also
write
mean
it,
sharp?
basically.
Russian, the aristocracy, 19th century,
Yeah.
this you read War and Peace. They used a lot of French. They spoke French, not Russian. And a lot of French words got into Russian Yiddish language. I think that's the reason.
Exactly.
Russian is a francophone Slavic language. This is what we used to say.
No, a lot of the words in Yiddish that come from Romance languages were mediated through Polish and Russian.
Yeah.
Also some through German, of course. But it's fascinating. Like for example, you have lots of cases like this. Like, does anyone know the word for nightmare in Yiddish? Nightmare. There's this one word you can say a schlechter Cholam is one possibility, but even more
A bad dream, schlechter
Yeah.
Cholam,
Cholem is a bad dream.
A bad dream. An actually nightmare, though, in Yiddish is der Koshmar. Der Koshmar.
Russian.
Lily, it's another Russian word.
Yeah, which actually comes from the French une cauchemar, and it made its way to Russian and Polish, and then it made its way into cauchemar. Good.
Koshmar.
Okay.
Also,
We
not
used to live among the Russians, so basically this is why we have lots of Russian words in Yiddish.
but you know, Kashmar in Russian, or the way I know it in Yiddish, too, it's not a nightmare, not at night. Kashmar, it means like
It's a horrible thing happening.
it's a horrible thing. It's just not just a night.
Faded.
Not
It's not necessarily a nightmare. It could be really true thing, which is horrible.
yeah,
Well, it means the same thing in English, right? A nightmare can be both something you have at night
yeah,
and
that's
also.
true. That's true.
Yeah, good. So that's kind of just very small. Wir haben gesagt, sehr kleinige Sachen, was man kann gedenken. Aber schönen Dank an dich, die meistens geben wunderlich. Und Gendele, was machst du?
Oh, it's good. It's good. So mein Woch is good. And ich gegangen zu mein Freund Lekuvet sein Geburtstag. Ich hab hold on. Ich hab gefreien ein jiddische Buch in Halbpreis Bücher.
Du hast gefunden. Ja, du hast
Gefunden.
gefunden.
Gefunden, ja. Ich hab gefunden ein jiddische Buch in Halbpreisbuchs, Halbpreisbücher.
Halbpreisbücher.
Ja, Halbpreisbücher. Das ist der Buch von Dovid Bergelson.
Is it Life
Well-
Without Spring?
Ja,
Yeah.
das was ist and hold on. Was ist Arois in sowjetische Bund in 37. Eine gute Sache, es hat gekostet $5.
Good. Yeah.
What else? Ich gegangen zu Schwimmbassin mit meinem Sohn. Noch einmal. Mein Sohn hat lieb schwimmen in Schwimmbassin.
Sehr schön. Gut.
What else I could say?
Und du euch, Genela, du hast euch lieb zu schwimmen. Ja?
Mm.
Du hast gesagt, dass du bist Mitglied von der Mannschaft. Ja?
Ja, Mannschaft. No, he is not in the Mannschaft.
No, aber du, Genela, du bist der Mitglied von der Mannschaft. Ja? Der Mitglied is a member, der Mitglied. Ja? So, if I remember correctly, you said that you're part of a swim team. Is this
Yeah, used to be back in the Soviet Union.
Oh, and so okay, in
Not here, not here.
Okay, good.
When I was young, many Asach Jahr zurück. Asach Jahr zurück.
How old is your son?
Zurück. Sorry.
Wie viele Jahre ist dein Sohn? How old is your son?
Oh, my son.
Wie alt ist dein Sohn?
Bar Mitzvah guy. 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12,
13.
13.
13. Ja,
Gut.
13.
Gut. Sehr schön. Danke.
Auch 13.
Ja, sehr schön.
Auch 13.
Ja, sehr, sehr kleine Sachen. So, a friend, Freund is Deutsch. Yiddish is Freund. Der Freund. And
Can you
there's
say
actually-
Haver? Haver is.
Chaver is a perfect synonym for Freund. You know?
Mhm.
And then Jean used this wonderful phrase that I want to make sure we all know, which is likovid. Likovid. Und das heißt for the honor of, or because of, or for the recognition of likovid.
Liquid. I
from this
learned it
word.
2 days ago, so I wanted to
Yeah.
use.
It comes from this word. So it comes from this word that some of you might already know. Der Covid was heißt honor.
Honor.
COVID. And of course, with this word COVID, we can make a lot of words. So there's le COVID, which means to the honor of something. You can also say something is bekovid. Wait, bekovid. Oh, I spelled that wrong. 1 second.
Covid sein. Just.
Epis is bekovidik. That means it's honorable. Bekovidik. And then the verb that you used, Lily, is great. That's cool. So let's see.
Covid sein is to give honor to someone.
Yo, I'm just writing it out.
No, Lakovidzan is, I think, to be on. You should be honored. Lakovidzan, no, that you should be honored.
Ja, so wir haben hier dieses Wort, das Wort mechubed, was heißt honorable, honorable, and it can also be turned into mechubed sein, which means to like to honor someone, or mekubed sein. I'll have to look up more variations of COVID, but there are certainly a bunch. There are definitely a bunch. Another thing I wanted to underline is that so to find something is gefunden. You know, ich gefinde Buch, ich gefinde this, and then the past participle is haben gefunden. You know, haben gefunden. And that goes for all of us, because all of us come from Yiddish backgrounds that would pronounce gefunden. Maybe Mark with the Duolingo Hungarian, you might say gefunden for the past tense, but regardless, gefunden is the Klal Yiddish way of saying it. And then I also wanted to underline this man, Dovid Bergelson. He is an incredibly important and famous Yiddish writer. He was born actually before the creation of the Soviet Union, I believe in what was Western Poland.
1890.
In the 1890s. He
was
wrote
a
this book
teacher of what's your name, Molodowsky.
Dovid Bergelson was one of the great kind of literary giants of both the interwar Polish world and then later the Soviet world.
Yeah.
He was something important to kind of know is that Dovid Bergelson, along with many other kind of Yiddish literary giants in the Soviet Union, were executed in 1952. So Dovid Bergelson was among them, and it cut his life tragically short. But anyway, he is kind of one of the kind of greatest Yiddish writers.
It's like a next generation of Yiddish writers after Shalom Aleichem.
What's his Bergelson? Is that?
So I'll write it out. I'll write it out in English too. Dovid Bergelson. He was one of the great.
Okay.
Make it more precise. He was one of the great Yiddish modernists. He was kind of one of the big push modernism literature. Anyway, so sehr schön.
Okay, so Bergelson, is that the son of a son of a mountain? Because isn't a berg a mountain? A berg is a mountain.
So this goes back to old German Ashkenazi surnames. I would have to look up the specific etymology because it might not be from Berg. I have to find that out. But that's a
Eine
good way
Frage.
of-
Ich habe eine Frage.
Ja, was ist deine Frage, Gennele?
Yeah, you said about Duolingo, and you said, and I recently started looking in Duolingo myself in Yiddish, and I saw that we're using slightly different Yiddish, accent Yiddish. So instead of Hund, we say Hint, instead of Un, we say In. So are we using like a South Russian dialect of Yiddish?
So yeah, this is that's a great question. Yiddish we're learning here in this class is called, there's actually a bunch of names for it. It's Klal Yiddish, Klal Sprach, Klal Sprach, also called Standards Yiddish, Standards, Standard Yiddish. Yeah, this is it's a created language. Essentially speaking, this is I could talk for an hour about this, but I'll spare you this. But basically, there was a conceited effort, particularly after the Holocaust, to create a standardized form of Yiddish that could be taught, that could be kind of become a pedagogical standard through which any student then had the ability to access any other dialect they wished. That was the kind of goal. So that way, everything that was published in the Yiddish press had a standard, kind of similar to how many English newspapers follow a specific standard. It's a language that had its own rules. There's actually a grammar of it that I have here. This is a book by Udo Mark. It's called Grammatik von der jiddischen Klaussprache. Ja, Grammatik von der jiddischen Klaussprache. This is the kind of textbook for standard Yiddish, and it is essentially the most commonly taught form of Yiddish. That then, if you know, it becomes much more easier to access any other Yiddish dialect, because the idea was it's a kind of middle ground between all of them. It is mostly based on Litvish Yiddish, so it's very close to how Litvaks will speak Yiddish. That being said, it's not completely Litvish Yiddish, as we've seen already with Lily and Anthea, who have their own ways of pronouncing things, which is great. I just mean it's different from what Klaussprach is. And when it comes to Duolingo, the type of Yiddish that's taught in Duolingo is kind of colloquially called Hungarian Yiddish or Hasidic Yiddish. It's a bit more complicated than that, but generally speaking, it's the most commonly spoken form of Yiddish, you might say.
Yeah, because it did sound like my grandparents used to do, but we're not from Hungary. We were from Ukraine, South Russia. So
it's actually going to be similar to Ukrainian Yiddish. Of the 600,000 to 1 million native speakers of Yiddish that exist in the world, the majority of them are going to speak using Hungarian Yiddish. That being said, we can spend more time talking about dialectology if you guys want, but that's essentially what's going on there. Good. Okay, I want to make sure we have time for our poetry. So I want to hear from Mark and Blume, ob du willst, Blume. Das heißt es, Mark, was machst du?
Ich bin ein bisschen krank. Nächten habe ich genommen Shingrix, shingles vaccine.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
yeah, und habe ich Kopfweh. Ich bin ganz müde.
Ja,
Mein Ohren tut mir weh.
Holy Nebuch, Mark. Ich hoffe, es fühlst dich besser.
It will give into some what chicken soup.
Eure Fußschleime dir und Jod. Weh. Ja, gut. Und ich habe geschrieben, nur zu nehmen, heißt ja, to take, the past participle, der Partizip is genommen. Ich habe genommen. And if you wanted to say, I received a vaccine, you would actually use our same word we learned earlier. You'd say, ich habe bekommen a vaccine. Ich habe bekommen a vaccine. I received a vaccine shot. Ja? Ich habe bekommen a vaccine. Sehr schön. Und Vorschläge, Und Blume, ob du willst, du kannst euch reden, wegen was machst du?
Ich will reden ein bisschen. Und
Okay.
die erste Sache, was ich will sagen, ist, Anthea, wo wohnst du in Florida?
Ah, das ist ein kleines Stück Land mitten Boca und Delray Beach.
Was
Das
ist der
ist-
Name? Was ist
Die,
der Name?
die Name ist Highland Beach.
Ich weiß von Highland Beach.
Ah,
Ich
du-
wohne in Delray Beach.
Wo bist du jetzt? Wo bist du jetzt?
Ich bin in Delray Beach.
Uns muss zusammen,
Ich
But
bin
cool.
neu zu dir. Ich bin neu zu dir.
ja,
Bei
ja.
Auto es ist Eyshe 20 Minuten.
Ich,
Eyshe
okay.
halb Stunde. Eyshe halb Stunde.
Das ist
Wir
gut.
können zusammen reden Jiddisch.
Na,
Ja.
das ist gut. Ich kann die treffen und so reden.
Ein bisschen
Ja.
wegen mir.
Ja.
Ich habe zwei Enkel in Chicago. Sie wohnen in Riverwoods
Mhm.
und sie sind Zwilling.
Oh, sehr schön.
Ja, sie sind 9 Jahre alt
Ui.
und ich habe dem stark lieb.
Warte.
Und ich gehe kein Chicago, Asach, aber nicht, wie sagt man, lately?
Die Gewäntler.
Gewäntler.
Or
Gewäntler.
lately, or you might say, oh, that's a really good
Ich gehe
question.
nicht
You might-
so free.
Yeah, you might say, let me think. It'll come to me. Let me
Okay.
think on lately.
Und ich nehme Asach Yiddish Klassen.
Aha.
Weil ich habe lieb zu reden and the only to reden Yiddish is to reden Yiddish.
Ah.
Yo.
Und da soll ich try to reden Yiddish jeden Tag.
Aha.
Weil ich bin in einer Gruppe von Chicago, kein Chicago. Und wir reden am meisten jede Woche. Und wir reden am meisten von Isaac Meyer Dick.
Oh, gut. Was er
Er
meinte von Dick?
ist ein berühmter Schreiber.
Ja, was er meinte von Dick, meinst du?
Oei wei. Ich will treffen die Papier.
Okay.
Wenn ich bin fertig.
Ja, nicht gedeigert. Ich frage, weil ich studiere die jiddische Literatur. Das heißt, dass ich...
Es ist als Anfangenen zu lernen eine jiddische Meise. Es ist der Fagenigen. Es ist euch gezeichnet und ich bin sehr zufrieden zu lernen am meisten. Aber es ist sehr schwer, weil die Werte seien nicht also gering, easy.
Ja, befragt. Nu, Dankblume. Befragt, das heißt, was heißt befragt? Was heißt befragt?
בעיקר, like in Hebrew, mainly, no?
Yeah, or specifically. Yeah, specifically.
Ja.
Because in Yiddish we have a very common parallel here. Befrat and beklal, sagt man. Befrat und beklal. Befrat means specifically. Beklal means generally. Yeah, generally. And we have Yiddish synonyms, other Yiddish synonyms for these words. So instead of befrat and beklal, you can also say Bazunders, or in allgemein.
Allgemein, yeah, das ist.
So these are, so you can say it in the using the Loshen Kodesh words, or you can say it using the
So,
Germanic words.
Ich komme zurück Entschuldig, ich konkret, weil ich will gefunden die Papier.
Okay, gut, geht. Nu, und euch will ich sagen, als die Ausleg von Jiddisch. Was ist der Ausleg? Was ist der Ausleg?
The outline. It's like outline.
Das ist ein Oisnem. An Oisnem is an outlier. Oisnem. Oisleg is orthography. Der Oisleg. Yeah, literally speaking, it's how you lay out a word. Der Oisleg. Was ich will sagen ist, der Oisleg von der jiddische Sprache ist nur standardisiert geworden in die letzte Jahrhundert. Ja, das heißt, the orthography of the Yiddish language was only standardized in the last 100 years, really in the last 50. Yeah, so when you read older texts, so this man that Bluma is about to talk about in 1 second is Isaac Meyer Diek. He was one of the first kind of der Yoired, der Shame.
Yoired. Wie heißt die Yoired?
Die Yoired.
Und in einer Hand, ich lerne die Meister. Und in die andere Hand ich pflege lernen allemal die Wörterbuch.
Good. So Bochner and Beinfeld. Yeah. So Bochner, that's the dictionary that Bluma has, is the Bochner and Beinfeld dictionary. Bochner and Beinfeld. It's a great dictionary. If you guys want the online edition of the same dictionary that allows you to search both English and Yiddish, can be found at wörterbuch.org as well.
This is what you sent us before, yeah?
Yeah. So so Isaac Meyer Diek was one of the most important Yiddish writers, particularly of the 19th century. So before kind of entering into literary modernism, Diek was kind of a popular writer of Yiddish literature, even before the likes of people like Mendel and Sholem Aleichem. And
before that, wow. I thought he was a grandfather of Yiddish literature for...
Those names are completely anachronistic, because actually Mendel and Sholem Aleichem and Yud Lamed Peretz lived almost the same lifetime.
Yeah, same lifetime. It was like a pre-elephant of the Yiddish literature, which is what we said.
So we can talk about those ideas too, but Isaac Meyer Diek in particular was one of the first popular writers of Yiddish literature. So he would publish,
he was same area from Russia, or from
I couldn't tell you exactly where he was born, but the majority of the world's Jews, period, lived in the Pale of Settlement in Russia.
Basically, he was a citizen of a Russian empire or something. This is what I'm wondering.
Likely, I don't know. I have to look that up, but it's likely. It's important to know, of course, that the borders of the Russian Empire have changed massively, and that where he was born could today be, Eastern, Western Poland. For all I know. So, but yeah, so Isaac Meyer Diek.
All of my grandparents were born in different countries.
Yeah, about it. So, all mine as well. So, Isaac Meyer Diek was one of the first popular writers in Yiddish literary history. He was famous in particular not only for his stories, but also for his translations. He translated lots of major literary works into Yiddish. One of the most famous is that he translated Uncle Tom's Cabin into Yiddish, which we can talk about another time as too, because that became a big kind of wave in Yiddish translation history. The story that Bluma is reading is called Der Yoired, and for those that know Hebrew, you might know what this means already. What's heißt Der Yoired? It's a Yoired.
Yoired is to go down, or someone maybe who left a place.
Yeah.
And moved to another place.
Ich hab geguckt, weil ich hab nicht gewusst, was das meint. Und das meint impoverished, ruined man. Das ist von dem Wörterbuch. Ich gehe schlafen mit dem Wörterbuch.
Ja, gut. Ich hab sie lieb. Und ja, der Yoired ist ein herabgefallener Mann. Ja, Zemetzer, was ist auf Zores. Hier ist auf Zores. Das heißt, he's
Yeah,
in,
he's in trouble after a bad place.
It's interesting, you know, because in Hebrew, ole, the opposite of yored is to go down. La'alot, ole chadash is like new immigrant, you know, ole chadash, someone who comes to Israel, and yored is someone who left Israel. But here I see, in Yiddish, it had more materialistic
so this is before the arrival of modern Hebrew. This is kind of when the Yiddish word definitely has a more idea of like fallenness in the sense of like, disrepair, der Yoyabid. Okay, gut. Der Shane. Schönen Dank, Blume. Das ist schön, dich zu sehen und zu hören von dir. Und ich bin euch zufrieden, was du führst, da Schmueskreis mit deinem Freund und du schmuest jeden Tag auf Yiddish. Das ist sehr schön.
I dank.
Ja, warte. Wir wollen jetzt weitergehen mit ein Stückel Poesie von Kadia Molodowsky. Was ich will Posche tun, weil wir haben nicht keine Zeit. Wir haben 15 Minuten.
15.
Ja, 15. 15. Ja, 15. Ja, 15 Minuten. Now I'm mixed up. 15 Minuten. Und wir wollen lernen ein Stück mehr Poesie. Ein bisschen Gicher. Ja, und euch hat Fragen, will ich gerade entfernen auf sie. Nur wir sollen haben ein bisschen Hanoa von Kadia Molodowsky. Das heißt, ich teilen mit dem Ekran. Und warte, wenn wir sehen, etwas, was ist interessant, grammatisch weiß, wollen wir schmusen wegen dem euch. Gut. So, das ist ein berühmtes Lied. Das ist ein Lied für Kinder und wir haben schon angehalten. Marzipanis. Ja, gut, Marzipanis.
Marzipanis.
Was sind Marzipanis?
Marzipan. Sounds like marzipan.
It's a sweets made of
Marzipan. Turkish sweet.
No, it's not a Turkish sweet. It's sweet made of nuts and sugar.
Marzipan treats. Yeah, and the different just any kind of treat made with marzipan. And we already read some of it. So I'm just going to remind us.
Keine Tata mit der Mama, der Tata.
Meine Teile, if you want to read out loud, I recommend doing it with your mic off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's all good. Because we're also going to read out loud too. So don't worry. I'm going to refresh where we were by reading it out loud real fast. So, Marzipanis. Gewinne Tate mit der Mame. Der Tate ist Dean. Die Mama is Gob und Kinder wie Bob. And we talked about Bob Kiss, right? Will eins essen Knedelach, a zweits Heidelach. Heidelach, I looked this up because I wasn't sure. It is cooked bushwheat. It's cooked bushwheat. Heidelach. Und die Oistrachterke. Was heißt Oistrachterke? Was ist ein Oistrachterke?
Imagined?
Yeah, she's a very imaginative girl.
But small.
Die Oistrachterkane will a Marzipane. And just to kind of continue real fast, she says, Weiß nicht keiner, wo die Marzipanes liegen. Weiß nicht keiner, wo a Marzipane kriegen. So, we talked about this verb, kriegen. Was heißt a Marzipane kriegen?
She doesn't know where to get it.
So she doesn't know where the marzipan lies, and she doesn't know where to get the marzipan. Und weiß nicht keiner, no one knows, wo a Marzipan kriegen. Okay, so let's go a little further. Lily, can you read these lines here that I put in red?
Okay. Sagt der Tate, Marzipanes wachsen auf a Bäum, gleich
Apple.
Gleich an Apple, gleich an Bar und gleich an Floin. Sagt die Mama, Marzipanes kauft man in der Kremen, sagt die Schwester, Marzipanen wachsen wie die Schwämmen.
Okay, 1 Sekunde. Gut. So, sagt der Tate, Marzipanes wachsen auf den Bäumen, wir verstehen das. Gleichen Apple, ja, das ist Polish Yiddish für wie ein Apple. Wie ein Apple. Gleichen Apple, Polish Yiddish.
I prefer an apple? No. You're gleich?
So gleichen, this is a good point. So gleichen in American Yiddish means to like something. Oh, ich gleich das. I like this. That's a literal calc that American Yiddish speakers created, because in English you say I like something, and Yiddish doesn't have an exact parallel term. So American Yiddish speakers created this idea of gleichen, to like something. This is not gleich in that sense. This is gleich in the Polish Yiddish sense, which means like something in the sense of it is as if it was this thing. So gleichen apple means azoi wie an apple. You know, gleich a bar means azoi wie a bar. You know, was is a bar? Yo, was is a bar? Emitzer Weist, was is a bar? It's a pair. It's a pair. Und was is a floim? Emitzer Weist, was is a floim?
Floimen is a prune.
A prune, not a prune.
Like a plum?
And what is the bar?
Tyra. So Mark said it. Yo, Mark hat das gesagt. Plum. Yo.
Yeah.
What is a bar? I didn't hear.
A bar is a pair. It's a pair.
It buys a bar. Yeah.
So gleichen apple. So the father says that marzipan grows on a tree. You know, it's a children's story. It's cute. And the mother says, "Oh, ich weiß nicht, Marzipanes kauft man in die kommen." Yeah, that's the shops, die kommen. The other, so der krum.
The store.
And the usual plural is kremer. The usual plural is kremer, die kremer. Sagt die Schwester, Marzipanes wachsen wie die Schwommen. Was ist ein Schwamm?
Schwimmen, I thought it's like fish are swimming. No, but that makes no sense.
No, not in this case. Schwamm, der Schwamm.
Schwamm.
This is a mushroom. A mushroom. Marzipanes wachsen wie die Schwommen. They grow like mushrooms. No? So keiner weiß nicht, wo zu kriegen die Marzipane. Good. Let's try this. Mark, do you want to read these next 4 lines for us?
Right. Kommt a Breventräger mit a Brev. Marzipans bringt man mit a Schiff. Von a Stadt was heißt Havana, wächst dort auf jeden Baum a Marzipane.
Sehr schön. So,
Wow, well done.
Ja, kommt der Breventräger. Was ist ein Breventräger?
Mailman?
Mailman.
Mailman, good. Yeah, literally like a mail carrier, a Breventräger. Mit dem Brief. Marzipanes bringt man mit dem Schiff. A Schiff.
Ship.
Ship is the ship?
Ja,
Ship.
A ship. A ship.
Eine Stadt was heißt Havane, das ist Havane, Kuba, ja, Havane, wächst dort auf jeden Baum a Marzipane. Ja, so der Briefträger sagt,
On every other tree, there's growing marzipan.
Ja, gut, so wir können gehen ein bisschen weiter. Okay, Anthea, kannst du lernen, wie kommt hier?
Okay, I'll try. Kommt a Schwester mit, was ist es?
Schuster.
A Schuster, kommt a Schuster mit a Zoo. mit a Sach.
A zoil, this is a little hard. So a zoil is a tail von the shuch, von the sheath.
Oh, the
It's the
sole of
sole
a
of the
shoe.
shoe.
A sole of the
Sole of the
shoe.
shoe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then that's Marzipana la kot. Mit a fullen muzzle. Moil. With a full, something about with the full mouth.
Yo, lacht mit a full moil.
Lacht mit a full moil. So he's laughing with a full mouth, with all the marzipan in his mouth.
No,
with a full mouth of
with the full
marzipan.
moil means no. So with the full moil haste, it's his entire mouth that's laughing. So it's a really big smile. Mit the full moil.
Okay.
It's really like, he thinks it's hilarious. He thinks Marzipan is, and he's like, he's all outraged.
Okay. So you know that this is my weakest point, is the reading. Okay,
that's okay. That's why we're
all right. Marzipans Hoben, is it? No, Heim.
Here,
Essen. Marzipanen essen größer Pritzim. So something about something big. Something big.
We'll translate this. Yeah, we'll translate it after. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anderer einer zwischen sie nicht suchen. Sitzen. Okay.
Nein, das ist gewinnt gut. So, we have this first line. Kommt der mit der Säul. So, this is a Säul von der Schuch. Ja, von Schich. A Säul von Schich. Ja. Marzipanes lacht mit der Fuhlen Mäul. Marzipanes essen große Pritzim. So, this word Pritzim, was heißt Pritzim, Lily?
These are like not aristocracy, but important people or people that have money or something like that.
Yeah. Variously translated as, aristocrat, magnate, lord, or sometimes even a landlord. And the singular in Yiddish is der Poretz. Der Poretz, die Pritz.
Pritzka. Oh, yes. My family. Somebody who felt they were so important. Sie setzt wie a Pritzka.
So der Poret is a single Pritz. Okay.
So der Poretz, ein Poretz, die Pritzi. Plural is Pritzim. So Marzipanes essen große Pritzim. Now, if you'll look at this sentence, do you guys recall we talked about sentence position, right? First position, second position, the movement of the verb. You'll notice that, of course, the verb is in second position, but where is our subject? Is our subject before or after the verb?
The Pritzim is the subject.
Yes.
Exactly. The Pritzim are our subject. So you'll notice here, we put our object first and our subject second. Marzipanes essen große Pritzim. This is an example of what we were talking about last class, right? That the sentence often change. So marzipan is, or let me ask this, what is the effect of marzipan is coming first?
To emphasize.
Yeah, the marzipan are eaten by the royalty or something.
Good. Yeah, sehr schön. So, and then große Pritzim, so these are big guys, right? Unser einer kennt
one thing, may I, it's like nostalgia moment from my side. I never know what Puritz is, but I remember many years ago, like 30 years ago, something more than 30 years ago. So back in the Soviet Union, my grandmother, when she was like angry at me, and she was what, are you some kind of Puritz? And
There you go.
What's a Puritz is now like 40 years from now.
Yeah, Otazoi.
It's a good thing. I don't know.
It's a lord, it's a rich guy. What are you, some kind of rich guy?
Yeah, this is what she was saying. So,
Puritz.
you want me to bring you something? You some kind of Puritz?
Something that also might that you guys might like is there's a phrase in Yiddish. You can say as someone is, so emetzer is someone, you can say as emetzer is a poretz mit a loch. Was heißt das? A poretz mit a loch.
A loch is a hole.
That's correct. That's correct.
Wow.
So what's a poretz mit a loch?
Is it
it's a poor prince or something.
Yo, so
There's no money or something.
He's a nobody. He's a poor man because he's the landlord of a hole. He's a poretz mit a loch. So poretz comes from this older idea of like gentry, like an aristocracy is a poretz, and to be a part of the gentry, what do you have to have? Land, right? That's the kind of one big requirement. You have to own and possess land. So if emetzer is a poretz mit a loch, he possesses only a hole. That's just a Yiddish kind of phrase of saying that he has no money to his name. Good. I also think this phrase comes up from Beshevis, but okay, we'll talk about this time.
Oh, Beshevis Zinger?
I think in one of his speeches he talks about this phrase. Okay, anyway. Marzipans es goisen Prezim unser einer. Unser einer. Was heißt unser einer?
Our own.
Good. One of our own. So it's also implied here. It's also implied here that one of our own might refer to their community or their family. Where, let's remind ourselves, they definitely don't have a lot of money. They're definitely not as big as the Prinzim. Unser einer kann zwischen sie nicht sitzen. So they've eaten so much marzipan that one of ours couldn't even sit between them.
Sit between them.
And then we'll just finish off these last two lines right here before we go. Maybe Genela, would you like to read these two lines?
Yeah, of course. Uneufele Rothschild was hot Reuchen Tate Reuche Mame. Reich Mame. Reich Tate und Reich Mame.
Und viele.
Erst einmal in Jahr Marzipane.
Good. So una viele, this is just a different spelling.
Also Hebrew.
It's just spelled phonetically here. Una viele Rothschild was hot reiche Taten und reiche Mame est einmal in a Jahr a Marzipane. So these
like Rothschild was.
So ein Sekunde. So these Pritzim can eat all the marzipan, but even a Rothschild that has such a rich father and such a rich mother can only eat one time in a year marzipan. So this is also Kadia Molodowsky in this children's story is also critiquing feminine equality, and we'll talk about that more too. But yeah, viele Rothschild was hot reichen Tag and reiche Mama est einmal in a Jahr Marzipan. Okay, Shane. We have to go, unfortunately. But ich hoffe, as ihr alle hat sich etwas gelernt. Ich hoffe, es hat geholfen. Und eine Meldung für euch, announcement für euch, als wir wollen nicht haben kein Class die kommende Donnerstag. Ja, die kommende Donnerstag wollen wir nicht haben kein Class. Es wird sein Thanksgiving. Yontif. Usually, there's no great.
Thanksgiving in this.
I was about to get to that.
Thanksgiving talk.
There's really no word for Thanksgiving in Yiddish.
How do you say turkey?
Induk.
Turkey is Indik. Yo, they're Indik.
So
yo.
Indic
So
Day.
you can say Indik. So something to know is that usually in Yiddish with Thanksgiving, people will just say, hold on, I'm writing it out. Thanksgiving. They'll just say Thanksgiving.
Danke geben talk. That's my invention.
Man kann etwas schaffen, aber es ist nicht dieselbe. Eine Sache Menschen sagen, no, es ist Thanksgiving. Okay. Schönen Dank euch alle. Wir wollen sich sehen über eine Woche. So nicht die kommende Woche, aber über eine Woche.
2 Wochen.
Oh.
2 Wochen. Ja, gut. Über eine Woche.
Ich habe bitte, if du hast der Zeit, gib mir ein Telefon, ich will dir sagen, I want to tell you something.
Okay, sure. Do I have your number, Lily?
Let me give it to you quickly.
Okay.
312 654 8866.
Wait. Can you do that again for me?
312 654 8866.
Eyshe, I just shared it with you on your cell phone.
Oh, okay, good. Ich hoffe es. Shane. Okay, yeah. Lily, I can call you. Good. Okay. Dank euch. Über eine Woche wollen wir sich sehen. Blume, sehr angenehm.
In Blume, ich gehe kriegen deine Nummer von Kerry. Und ich will du klingen.
Das ist gut.
Okay.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Okay. Yeah, everybody, yeah. What a guten
Yontef.
Yontef, yeah.
Heilige Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.